today. What are your thoughts on the Global Thinkers Forum so far?
I think it's an amazing lineup that you have. What a wonderful representation of some of the most exciting women in this region. I've got a show that I brought here from London for CNN just 9 months ago, and I've been really impressed by the quality of the women that I've met here, not only in business and in politics, but the students that I've met as well. And I think tonight, this is just a wonderful representation of those who have power.
And what are some of the surprises you've come across after coming to the Middle East and actually living here and working amongst the Arab people? What are some new things that you've learnt, or some misconceptions or misunderstandings you may have had?
I think the role of women here, which clearly things can be better, but there's certainly a very good platform for women here, and there's a lot of talk of empowerment of women here, and there are lots of women in positions of power. So I think when I talk to the students, the female students here, that you get a real sense of where their aspirations are. And I think perhaps the misconception of this region is that there are no aspirations for women, because there really are. As I say, the government, certainly in this country, has put a lot of power behind
and investment. And what are your thoughts on just things like recognising women in leadership? Why do you think women in leadership and women of excellence need to be recognised?
Do we need to recognise women in leadership, or do we need to recognise that people of quality are in leadership? I do a lot of work with women on behalf of CNN, and clearly just as a female myself, and I often wonder whether there really is a glass ceiling, whether we need to break through that. But I think certainly in a region like this, it's incredibly important to have women that youngsters can aspire to. So I'm not sure about quite why it's necessary anywhere in the world to keep talking about the glass ceiling. I wish we didn't have to, but certainly in this region I think it's very important that there are women that the youngsters can aspire to.
And what's the message that you'd like to send out there to young people that live here in this region and beyond, just women that want to go into business, that want to lead companies, or just want to break through that glass ceiling, or whether the sky's the limit? What's the message that you'd like to say as a successful woman to other women out there?
I guess the message is the sky. I guess the message is that there ought to be no limits, and keep pushing. I had not a lot of positive discrimination when I was growing up, so I didn't get an awful lot of help on my way up, and I've made it to somewhere at least. But I think it's just keep going. Don't ever put the brakes on because you think you're not worthy, because you are.
Thank you so much. You were wonderful. Okay, so what do you think about the evening so far?
I think it's absolutely amazing how you have a forum that celebrates women by women internationally. It's really beautiful, and I'm honored because I'm actually one of the people that was nominated, so I can't tell you how excited I am to be here.
And what do you think, why is it important to award women of excellence? Why do you think it's important to recognise women of excellence?
It's a way of giving us a voice. It's a way of giving the younger generation a platform to look up at. A great achievement is a great achievement, but it would be an amazing achievement if you can touch other people. So this is kind of a way to reach these young girls' hearts and minds, and hopefully give them a glimpse of what they're capable of doing.
Wonderful. And what's something that you'd like to say to young women in this country and beyond, in the Arab world? What would you like to say to encourage them to rise up and be businesswomen and leaders within the community?
Just believe in yourself. Be relentlessly who you are. Never give up a seat if you believe it's yours. So just always be brutal in fighting for your dreams, your passions, everything. Be smart about it. If you're from the region, you have to be very smart about it because you don't want to alienate the family and everything. But don't give up. Always believe in what you're capable of doing.
And how does it feel to be an honoree here tonight and to be someone who's going to be awarded?
I can't express how happy I am to be here and honored. I didn't believe it when they contacted me, to be honest. I was trekking somewhere, I think in Peru, and they contacted me. I was on my little satellite phone and I was jumping up and down. It's amazing. I can't tell you how happy I am, not just for me, for my family, for Saudi women, for women everywhere. It's amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Okay, welcome you tonight. Can you tell me, what are your thoughts on the Global Thinkers forum here tonight and the opening reception so far?
Well, it's been lovely. I mean, it's always great that you somebody celebrates achievement for women, and getting so many great thinkers, people who are changing the way that their industries or their subjects, academia. It's always interesting to talk to them because a lot of new ideas come up, bubble to the surface. So I think this is one of those days where you meet people and you start connecting the dots.
And what do you think one of the biggest misconceptions about Arab women that people have?
Well, people always think that just because you're traditional, it means you're stupid. And so this is, I think, the biggest thing that we have to fight against, that just because I choose to follow a certain traditional type of life, or perhaps even traditional roles, it does not mean that I'm not as intelligent as somebody else. I always say that being an Arab woman wearing hijab almost is like having a southern accent in the US. Suddenly people feel you're stupider. And so we have to work twice as hard to prove ourselves as Arab women.
I like your sense of humour. Why do you think women need to be recognised for excellence?
It's nice as a person to be recognized for the work that you do, but it's much more important for the new generation to see the role modeling, that it's okay to be in different types of fields, to do different types of things, to actually, and so it's not really for us, it really is for the next generation. When you know somebody did something, then you think, okay, I can do it and I can do something else as well. You break the ceiling, as they say.
And what's something you'd like to tell young women who want to rise up and own businesses and become business people in this time? What's a message that you'd like to say to encourage them?
Make sure you take a lot of financial courses. Well, you know what? Business is a great venture for a lot of young women because of financial stability. But at the same time, some of them jump at it without any experience, without any research. And I think that there's a lot of research and courses, as I said, financial literacy that they need to be aware of so that they don't fail. And if they do fail, it's okay to pick up yourself and try something else.
Thank you very much for your time. It was really nice to
Thank
meet
you. Thank you so much.
I only want to say how humbled I feel by your presence, your hospitality, your achievements. But above all, I'm humbled by your intelligence and your admirable work. Arab women as change makers, yes, because this is what you are, you're change makers. Because you, Arab women, know how to lead. You don't want anyone and you do not allow anyone to create your future, to define your future. You create your future yourselves. You're strong and powerful, but you're also loving, and you're warm and caring, and you care for society, and you care for humanity.
If we just begin by telling me about your trip and arrival into Dubai and what you think of tonight's event so far.
Well, I think events like tonight are certainly something that so many people have been looking forward to. I commend the Global Thinkers Forum for really having put this together, which is a culmination of so many wonderful events that they have put together, not only this year but over the years. And I personally feel incredibly humbled to be being given this award this evening, and thankful.
Amazing. Now, why do you think women of excellence need to be recognised and awarded in general?
Well, I think that in the Middle East, MENA region in general, we hear so many negative stories, and I think it's important that women and positive stories that can be celebrated, are actually listened to, so that we can start trying to change that stereotypical image of negativity that is coming out from this part of the world, unfortunately.
In the GCC, we have a very high number of women in parliament in comparison to the rest of the world. What is something that you'd like to see in the next 5 years happen for women in this region?
I think coming from a country such as my own in Jordan, where women have typically had that role, women have been able to stand up and be counted head to head with men. I think the most important thing is to feel that meritocracies are allowing men and women to work equally together, so it wouldn't matter in the future whether you're a man or a woman, but that we're all working for the best for the specific development agendas of our countries.
Amazing. And what's something that you'd like to tell women out there who are business leaders, business women, women that are rising up in this region and beyond? What's something that you'd like to encourage them with?
I think that celebrating positive change is really the way for all of us to go in the future. We've had so many challenges to our identity, to our religion even, and within the Arab Muslim world. And I think that if women can really help to negate that negative image, then we certainly will have done a lot of positive change for future generations.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.